Peace family, it's Shasta Renee, your Digital Loctician, and today we're going to take a look at this set of locks 7 years ago, like the first 6 months of this set of locks, going through the visual journey video that I created 7 years ago and taking a look at what it was like with some commentary about those first 6 months. So if you're looking for some inspiration, you're just getting started, or maybe you're kind of trying to figure out if it's still worth it to continue on the current lock journey that you're on, stay tuned. So I'm not sure if you knew this, but my name once upon a time online was Curly New Growth. My hair is super duper curly and very loose wave, and I have the type of hair people always said, your hair is too good to lock. Why are you locking your hair? And I've always been a person to want to go against the status quo. To everyone's like, oh, go right. I'm like, nah, I'm gonna go left just because y'all said everybody go right. So people's insistence that I could not lock my hair was definitely motivation to do it and to keep going. So this was my hair before, and when I got this, which is now my third set of locks, I low-key was like, what am I doing? Like, what am I getting into? Because I remember with my second set, like how long it took for my hair to lock, and here I was starting all the way over. But I was super excited and looking forward to my hair transforming. So this was my parts in the front, and I put this picture here, and I'm surprised, like now going back to look at it, that I didn't put more context around this. And I mean, I don't even know if I posted the video. I have to go back and look, but I needed to restart my front parting system. So I have diamond parts, and diamond parts have a very, well, at least the way I was trained on doing diamond parting, it's a sacred geometry to it. Like there's a precision to diamond parting that did not exist in my head when I got them done. And I had two little locks. I want to say they were like right at the top of my locks. Like the majority of my locks are pretty thick for the most part, and I had two like them things was almost micro locks, like sister locks. They were micro locks, but they were almost sister locks. That is how small they were in all of the thick locks that I have. And I was like, okay, this cannot exist. So with that parting, I had to go back in myself and redo and figure out the front parting system, which I am so grateful that I did. And it's something that I tell people when you are just starting, you notice your parts are not quite right, or if the size of your locks is, oh my gosh, I hate to say not the size that you want, because the size, as you'll see, is going to change. But if the part is not right compared to all the other parts, change it early. Don't wait, because so that's that. Oh my goodness. So I remember that shampoo. I'm not gonna stop every picture, but I remember that first shampoo because we were going to a wedding. It was a reception, a bridal party. No, it couldn't have been a wedding because I wasn't that fancy. Some type of, they was getting married activity. Oh my gosh. And I just started my locks. Like I felt like they were really too short to kind of style, and I had just washed them, and I was washing my hair every week. I knew that I was not going to retwist it like to make it look neat for the event, and I was just like, I don't know what these people are gonna say, but it's me. And oh my gosh, I almost found myself saying luckily, not even luckily. It is what it is, but I was well received at the event. If you know, you know. All right, so yeah, my hair, the beginning of my journey, it was quite interesting. And then, funny enough, pretty much immediately after that experience, I started styling. My hair stayed in Bantu knots because it unraveled all the time. Kept them Bantu knots in, and when I took them out, my locks would literally unravel and come all the way out. I know they may look like they're locking, camera tricks or something, because they definitely were not. My hair, every time I washed my hair, they was out. They was unraveling. Like, they was there, you know, but it was out. I was trying to make it presentable. I know for a long time, especially in the beginning of this set, my family was like, "What are you doing? Like are you going to retwist it? Like, are you going to retwist it? Is it time for a retwist? Like, this can't be the look." And I was just like, "What? It's natural. It's how my hair's supposed to be." The undercut. We got pause there. Y'all, I would never ever do an undercut, and I'm surprised that I don't have more videos about that daggone undercut. I would never, okay? I still have the remnants. If I turn around, I still have the remnants of that undercut and it growing out and the diamond parting system again, because it's very geometrical. That undercut you saw was a straight line. It was not meant to be in my parting system. I would never do it again. One of the things that I just did not enjoy was I saw everybody that had undercuts and they had those beautiful designs and they were just like, you know, I feel like just having really fun, like funky times, just really fun, funky, like creativity with their undercut. My hair being so curly, like I would get a design in it and I swear 3 days later it was gone because it would just, and I was just like, okay, that was annoying. So then I was like, okay, I'm just going to keep it low. But also, as soon as my hair grew out, it was like a curly little mini bush there. And I was just like, okay, this is too much. I know for me, like, keep it simple with my hair. So the fact that I had to undercut, upkeep, I can't. More power to you if you have an undercut, or rather undercut you can see. Because if it's on the side, you probably take care of it. Mine was in the back of my head. I could not do it myself. And so, yeah, I had to let the undercut go explicitly. But if you look in the back of my head right now, you would wonder if I still had just have an overgrown undercut. So, long story long, I would not do an undercut again. And see, my hair was just out. I had little semblance of a lock in the front, and then it was just like a thing at the bottom. I enjoy this stage. Again, they look locked. It's just the curly hair just being tangly. Like, I couldn't see my parts. Could never see my parts. When I washed my hair, could never see my parts until I did a style. And then I'm like, okay, there's still parts there. Washed my hair. They were unraveling. Couldn't see my parts. It was just, they were all sticking together. It was just, you know, it comes with the territory if you have curly hair. This is when they were starting to get juicy, starting to get some like fullness to them and some shape. It's funny because, like I said, this is my third set of locks. So I had locks before this for, I want to say it was 2 or 3 years. Was it 3? It was at least 3 years, and I cut them off. But I still felt like I had locks. So even though I was starting over, I felt like I had locks. And so when I didn't, I just had the twist, and I was like at the store and I saw somebody that had locks. Like, when I had locks, it was like a connection, like a nod, like, yeah, you know, you get it. When I just had my twist, people were looking at me like, why are you looking at me? And I'm just like, these are coming, they're coming. So in the, like, month 5, 6, they started to really kind of take shape, right? So then I got my head nod back. And then I got some color. This is when I first started to bring more color into this journey. It was just like a wine kind of color, if you will, just right on the front ones. Very subtle, which today now my hair is all aquamarine. So it's been a journey with this hair color for sure. But yeah, that was month 6. They started to come along. So I say all this to say and to show you it can happen. Like, the beginning might be rough. The beginning might feel like, is it going to lock? What is my hair doing? I have events to go to. People are talking in my ear and saying all the things. Just stick with it. Stick with it. And for me, going back now 7 years later and looking at where this set of locks came from, it's like, you've been through some things. Sis, I'm gonna stick beside you right now. You know, I'm in the space of like, should I cut them? Should I start over? And it's just like, no, I think I'm gonna stick with them for right now. They held me down. I can't wait to look back around year 1 when I found out I was pregnant, and when I had started putting more color into my life. Like when we started getting to looking back when my hair was orange and blue. So I hope you enjoyed this like 6-month recap or six month rewind of my lock journey. Let me know where you are in your lock journey in the comments. And if you are not already subscribed, definitely hit that subscribe button. I would love to have you as part of the family. And as always, I am wishing you peace, love, and kavod.